Sustainable development is becoming a more readily available option to builders. Windows, strategically placed to enhance air circulation and natural light, the use of renewable energy sources, preservation of the natural landscape, and proximity to available public transport are some of the few factors taken into consideration when designing a sustainable building. Simon Jones works for the Julia Bourque architecture firm and teaches a class on sustainable building in McGill's Department of Architecture. He believes that architects have a responsibility to focus on sustainability in their creations.
Well, buildings represent 40% of the energy usage of the global economy, and so we have a potential and a responsibility perhaps as well to contribute to resolving the problem of global warming.
Elisa Costa is a third-year architecture student in Jones's class. She says sustainable development has become a big focus for students.
As we're learning a lot more about architecture and as we get up in the years, it's definitely much more emphasized. Our profs almost expect now that all our projects that we design from now on, even next year, to take sustainability into consideration.
While McGill may be setting a standard for the future, others have also recognized the need to go green. Paul Beaulieu is a student at the École de Technologie Supérieure. He and some friends are working on developing a completely sustainable renewable energy plant.
But we're trying to before everything runs out and we hit a huge crisis and everybody's like, oh my God, what are we going to do now? We're trying to foresee this to try and implement it so the change can be smoother.
Despite using water as a renewable energy source, Quebec falls behind many other places internationally in terms of sustainability practices. Beaulieu is looking to develop his plans in Ontario, where he says the government is more willing to encourage green practices.
Well, there are some programs in Ontario that are already developed to try and help people that are trying to do this, and in Quebec they're mostly discouraging it because they have their big renewable resource, which is Hydro-Quebec.
Simon Jones agrees that sustainable development in Montreal can sometimes face many bylaw obstacles.
You know, it's probably stuff that's kind of embedded in municipal bylaws, in codes, and in municipal bylaws. It's anything from kind of a hesitation about implanting green roofs, for example, across a city.
Because these bylaws are based on convention, Jones is confident that it is only a matter of time before they're changed. In fact, the Montreal branch of the Mountain Equipment Co-op was opened in 2003 and uses 50% less energy than the average building. But this is just one small step towards a more sustainable Montreal. For Concordia News, I'm Kimberly Feely.